Number 17, Troubadour Consort. We are now in Chapter 5, Side Quests. In every good RPG, there's a section at the end of the game where you can do all of these side quests. They don't generally move the plot forward, but they're usually fun. They're usually very kind of gimmicky and fun activities that enable you to sometimes earn really super special treasures that help you beat the final boss. So in this case, we have been mistaken for a prominent musician along our travels, and we are expected to play at the next formal ball that the local earl is hosting. And despite our lack of musical knowledge in the story, this is in the story, magic in this story is not well known, so we can't really get out of it. There's no way to get out of it. And so Arleth helps us a little bit with the basics of music, but basically we've been thrust into this situation. So we've got just a little bit of time to prepare before we play. In number 17, the Troubadour Consort, a very public performance. So here's the real musician's notes about this piece. I'll just zoom in there. Okay. Player note, this manuscript, a transcription of the last ball's performance as I remember it, reflects the Earl's demands for higher and more sonorous keys. Some variations have been transposed from the original key. I will remind him, the fool, of the mental gymnastics required to transpose on site and discourage him from interfering in the next performance. In which case, do not use this transcription, as some variations will be in the wrong key. So it's a theme and variations, and this is the transcription of the last performance. We are going to play the next performance. And as he said, he's going to encourage the Earl not to mess with the musicians. So when we hear the track, we're in the key of A minor. That key continues throughout the entire theme and variations. However, you might notice, even in the noble version, at variation 1, we've got a key change, and the music is printed in a different key. So that means, yes, we are transposing, and this is a transposition etude. So here's what's required to transpose. First, you have to understand what key you're supposed to be in. That's A minor. The entire track is in A minor. Every variation shares the same exact harmonic progression as the theme, and the chords are written here in the theme. So we've got A minor, D minor, A minor, E7, etc. So you can just apply those same chords to here, and what you have to do is figure out, well, how do we get from this line of B minor, as it's written, to A minor. So that's the gimmick there. It's a transposition one. And for every variation, there might be something slightly different. Variation 2, this is the noble version. Variation 2 is in A minor, no transposition required. Arpeggiate sim. So this just means this is shorthand. I've written out the chords, but not the rhythms. You're going to supply the rhythms. Continue. Variation 3, original key. Thank the Lord. I've got little notes from our previous real musician in here. So this one, you'll see bowings, but also strum pits. So when you see the down bow, that means you strum like you would a down bow. When you see the up bow, you would strum probably using the top of your first finger, and your nail might hit the string to get an up bow sound. So that's kind of the deal there with those bowings. And then here, this is also in the original key, thank God. The last one, these are false harmonics. If you've never done a false harmonic, essentially you put your first finger down on the bottom pitch. So in this case, this is a C sharp on the G string, blanc, and you lightly touch the string with your fourth finger, a perfect fourth up from that to create a harmonic. And so when you do the combination like that, it sounds like that. So we've got our C sharp, we've got our F sharp that we don't actually push down to pitch depth. We just touch the string like a harmonic, and we get the false harmonics. So this whole variation is false harmonics, but it's been printed in the wrong key. So again, we have to transpose back to A minor. Another way of thinking about it is, okay, well, what key are we in? Looks like we're in C sharp minor. So what do we need to do to every single note to get back to A minor? So from C sharp to A, it's a major third down. So that means you can just do a major third down on every single note in this variation until you get it in your ear. Variation 6, page 3 in process. Do remember to collect before performance. I have the feeling that this band, this Consort, played it a little bit fast and loose. But here's enough, 2 bars to get you going. The rest is up to you. So you can follow the pattern. You know the chords already. And luckily it's already in, the beginning at least is in the proper key, so you don't need to worry about that. When we look at the Noble version, it's basically the same, except there's a lot more transposition, especially this pizzicato section. And this section here has some ornamentations that I did not write out. Ornament sim. So we're basically adding this little half step grace note. It's in a triplet type rhythm. In the middle of every single note. So that's why you can apply that there. Same thing with the transposition, same thing with the missing page. So let's get out of this view. That's everything for 17 Troubadour Consort. If you still have questions, email me at nick@nickravel.com. And if you'd like, you can come to a Zoom cafe where we get to play some etudes together. You can ask your questions, we can hang out. Those are hosted semi-regularly. You can register at nickravel.com/hero levels. See you in the next one.